Hello, Bill Molyneux here with Bill's History World, and we are in Baltimore, Maryland, visiting the Washington Monument with Goober the Traveling Bear. And yes, there is a Washington Monument in Baltimore, Maryland. And unfortunately, we lost the audio to this video, so I'm dubbing over, and there is my beautiful wife, Lisa. And we are exploring Baltimore at the request of someone. And this building is operated and run by the Mount Vernon Society. And we are just going to do an audio visual over this video. So inside the building, they have several of these, audio visual places that you can go, and the staff members are very helpful. And here we have one of the staff members explaining to us, and I wish I still had the audio, and he talks about how the Washington Monument was built, and it is officially the first or second one built. The first one really was made out of stones in Boonesboro, Maryland. And we're going to switch views here because I come over to the other side. And he shows how that is built. And so there was sort of a race between Baltimore and Western Maryland out near Cumberland of who built the first Washington Monument. And there you have a little picture of it. And this gentleman was extremely kind and helpful inside this little monument museum that we were at. So we're going to carry on throughout. Oh my gosh, it's Goober the Traveling Bear. You got to laugh. Life is short. I got to add a little fun and humor to these videos. And here's our second employee. And they were both very, very, very nice. Just wonderful. And then my wife here did some explanation of how it was built. And of course, we've lost that part of the audio. But she was very informative. And it was quite interesting to go around the corner. And as you can see, there's more of these audio-visual aids. And this one's explaining how you can go to the top. 227 steps, and it is 14 stories. Now, we have a timestamp ticket, and Goober the Traveling Bear received one also. And then we joked that they have a warning sign not to go up that staircase. It's spiral, very small. And if you have a heart condition, pregnant, afraid of heights, or anything like that, you would not make it. And of course, Goober the Traveling Bear said there's no way he was going. And my wife Lisa said she'd be laying dead on the floor and we'd have to call an ambulance for her. So that's a little humor for you. And there's two entrances to this building. And right now we're going to go and show you what the hallway and the staircase itself look like. It's extremely cramped if you get to go visit this and you're a hardy soul with a good heart and strong legs. Be prepared, because a couple that came down said they didn't think they were going to make it. So that was very enlightening for another couple. Now, this is out the other door. And unfortunately, losing the audio. My wife is from Baltimore, grew up here. Her office is down the street, and she was explaining what a lot of these buildings were. The church there is Francis Scott Key's church, and that's the church that he attended. And off to the right of the church is a park that has about 10 different statues. And I just did not have time to video all of that. We had specific things to do on this particular trip. And unfortunately, of course, my wife gave a very good little mini lecture. So going back inside the monument, there was all these really neat employees. And there's one of them waving goodbye. Again, I received a note from a veteran that volunteers here or something, and he watched my Maryland Veterans Museum video and asked me to come here. which I think was very neat. And my wife threw me in the car for Father's Day. And now there's a map here that tells you about all the other historic sites in the area. And we had to stop and see General Lafayette. And that's the statue of Lafayette right in front of the Washington Monument, which is really fitting since Lafayette was practically raised, or not raised, but George Washington took him under his wing. Well, that's about it for now. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my new history channel. And thank you. Stay safe, be kind, and be courteous. And don't forget to subscribe.